Hello, folks. I would say welcome to GAC, but we're still on the downtime between GAC, so I thought I'd just pop on and do a quick roster review, Lord Vader progress, and a couple thoughts on the changes to the game. First, dealing with the changes to the game, specifically taking crystals out of Arena and putting them in GAC. Well, folks, you've seen how I do in GAC. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I think I do pretty well. I'm not a hardcore player. I don't spend a lot of time studying the defenses and histories of my opponents. I mostly just see what they have to get a general idea of how risky I can be, and more or less put the same defense every single time. Slight tweaks and occasionally juggling people around in different zones, but it's not like I do custom defenses, and almost every time I set a defense on the first day, that's the defense I've got the whole week. So with that in mind, I'm pretty enthusiastic about how the changes look to be shaping up. The other reason I'm enthusiastic is because of that arena rank. With an arena rank of 46, that's 150 crystals a day, assuming I can stay at 46. There have been several times where I've woken up in the 70s. So there's my arena rank. That's 150 crystals. I basically just need to have a pulse. More or less, as long as I'm alive and bother to attack, even if I don't win any attacks, I should be looking at the same or more crystals. And if my GAC performance can stay above average, as it has been, I should be looking at a big increase in crystals. So perhaps it's a little greedy of me, but I'm largely looking forward to it. I realize that those of you in the top 5 are likely getting screwed on your crystals, but there's a lot more of us that never see the top 10, let alone the top 5. So in general, this is probably going to be better for the most number of people. Fleet Arena is just an absolute disaster. What time is it? It's a little bit before 3. So about 3 hours ago, I was in the 60s, and I've fallen all the way to 93. My arena is just ridiculous. My ship arena is just ridiculous. The amount of effort it would take for me to get any crystals out of ship arena is absurd. So you folks have been seeing how I've been doing with a daily income of about 150 crystals, and that 150 crystals didn't start until probably when I got gas, which was on the second or third time he was around. It's been rough. I was barely scraping by top 100 when I finally got Revan, but by the time I had Revan, everybody else had Darth Revan and Malak. And then I got Darth Revan and everyone had gas. And then I switched to shock clones and was able to barely manage, and then switched to gas clones and was able to do good until GLs came in. And then it was pretty much a nightmare until I got C. So I've never... though to be fair, the highest I've ever ranked in the arena was with Night Sisters. I got into the top 10. I didn't get the payout. I got a top 20 payout, but I got into the top 10. I think I got to rank 8 with Night Sisters. And I don't remember what that was, how I did that. But so my crystal income has never been particularly high. So GAC changes looks like it'll probably be good for me. That's not what I want. That's what I want. Next, we've got... where is she? Darth Talon. Darth Talon looks really good. The poor Triumvirate has kind of been the poor cousin for a while. They haven't had too much use aside from bugs and Night Sisters. And Night Sisters are rarely on defense, because why put them on defense when you can use them to beat General Grievous? But Darth Talon here looks pretty good. So you got an ability block on basic, and reduce... yeah, who cares? Ordered Assassination looks really good. So these are all just damage boosts. Physical damage and gain stealth. And then 100% turn meter, so like Maul. What I really like is that 2-turn cooldown, so you're going to be able to use this a lot. Dark Frenzy. Damage and gain Frenzy. They keep trying to make Frenzy work. For his debuff, deal damage an additional time to all enemies. That's really nice. Get that nice AoE in there. And you'll likely be stealthed, so you don't have to worry about counterattacks. And then Loyal Hand. Okay. Max protection and offense. Stacking max 20. I don't know. Is that a max of 20 stacks or a max of 20%? 2 stacks. If it's only 2 stacks, eh. If it's 20 stacks, that's 200% protection and offense. That's a lot. And Loyal Hand does not... yeah, 2 stacks, max 20. Okay. Loyal Hand does not expire. So you'll eventually get 200% offense. That's a lot of offense. This is one of the more complicated skills. Basically, that's always going to be the case. First time the leader's defeated, dispel all debuffs, recover full health, gain 100% turn meter, and 3 stacks low hand, loses 50% health. But if you're under Traya, that's no big deal, because as soon as you attack a debuffed enemy, she's going to heal. Yeah, this is really nice. This means that even a 3-star Gear 8 Darth Talon, if you can keep her alive and stealthed, and basically if you can keep her away from AoEs, she's going to protect Traya, who's much more important anyway. And then with the Zeta, whenever it's damage, gain turn meter. Nice, but I don't know if that's worth a Zeta, but I've got a lot of Zetas. And this is the superpower. So here, gain stealth and everybody gains health, offense, and 20 speed. That's really nice. This is probably a Zeta, even though it's only character level 72. Whenever she falls below 100% health, tanks gain Retribution and Taunt. That'll be nice for Scion. And then the Omicron. This is a nice Omicron. I'm not going to go into all of it. Basically, if you hit somebody with pain using Dark Frenzy, everybody boosts. And if you hit someone with Isolate, you reduce the cooldown of Dark Frenzy, which has a 5-turn cooldown. So this is a really nice kit. This will kind of bring the Triumvirate back a little bit. They're still not going to be great, but it'll make them a little bit more useful in other areas, which is nice. You know, or you can... I wouldn't put her with C, actually. The way this is phrased, the first time would be defeated. C prevents that. And he's not going to be the one getting defeated while Darth Talon's still alive. She's going to die long before he is. So it's not going to do much for C. She will be good under Palpatine. Great with the Triumvirate. I probably wouldn't put her with Sith Empire, because then they'd lose the bonus crit damage from Revan's lead. But still, I like her. I'm looking forward to getting her. She's going to be good to use. Moving to roster, Maul is not looking good. I don't know if I'm going to get him there's no way I'm going to get him next challenge, and I think after that I'm going to SOL on him, so I'm a little worried about Maul. Katamundi, I should get him next light side Geo. Is this the one? Yeah, this is the one. Alright, so just keep that ability in mind. Let's switch to the journey guide. So, as you can see, everyone except these three is done. So I just need 2 more for Echo. And speaking of, Echo is really close to Relic 4. Yeah, I just need 7 more of these. So we're almost done with Echo. Need to get him up to Relic 5. He's going to be last. Need to get Zam up to Relic 7, and I'm actually eager to do that. I'm going to come back to Zam. You'll notice that she has this Zeta, and she doesn't have an icon next to her name. Yeah. We'll get back to her in just a second. Echo is not fast enough, but good enough, I think, for how I'll be using him. I need to slice more and get more speed on him, but probably good enough. So let's have a look at Zam. Yep, that's the Omicron I spent. I did not spend it on Qui-Gon Jinn. The Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron is amazing, but we'll get to him. I went ahead and gave it to Zam because I think this Omicron is really underrated. The 60% offense, health, and protection, I don't really care about that. 5% speed, and then bounty hunter allies gain 20% of Zam's current offense, max health, protection, and speed. So my Zam is not very fast at 282. But when we do all the math, and assuming I've done it right, which I believe I have, that puts my Bosk, he's going to be getting 60-some speed from Zam. I think it puts him at 360 or 370. That makes him screamingly fast. Plus, you know, the health and protection and offense, which is also nice. But with that speed, he's going to go first, except against a Galactic Legend. He will outspeed pretty much any Darth Revan. So that puts him through the roof. My undergeared, undermodded Grief, that puts him over 300. So, under an Aura Singh lead, Aura, Zam, Bosk, Grief, Mando, with Aura Stunning on basic, Grief Dazing on basic, Bosk able to stun, Zam able to load up the debuffs, not so much from the thermal detonators, but from the electro goggles. 50% turn meter. Yeah. Zam throwing out debuffs. Against most any team, Mando will be nuking before anyone can blink. So I'm liking the flexibility that gives me. I will be gearing up Grief and Mando, but right now I'm just holding on stuff. So, for Vader, obviously. Because, as you can see, I am very close to unlocking Vader. Or starting to farm tickets to unlock Vader. By the time I get Vader, I should have all the gear I need to take him straight to gear 13. I might be a little short on a couple things, but I should have the gear to run him up to 13. I've got 400 shock prods sitting around, and I have not enough of these. I need another 40, but that's the node I'll be farming for tickets. So by the time I get him, and by the time just log in rewards, I'll have the Kairos. What I'm missing is I need some of the... They're actually on the... They are actually on the login rewards. These. The Chedek comlinks. These are what I need. But, you know, there's 20, 30. I think this will give me all the comlinks I need. I don't actually need the stun cuffs. I just need the comlinks. So those will give me the comlinks I need. And then the only other thing I need, I think, are over here on ships. These guys. I need either 10 or I need like 60. I don't remember which, but this is just where I'm dumping my ship energy, because I do need more of those. Those are used to make Gear 12 Plus and to make the multi-tool. So I need more of those. I have a built multi-tool, so I don't need them for that, but I think I need more of those. And that's it. That's all I need. I have everything else that I need. So by the time I have Vader, I'll be able to run him right on up to 13, which is really nice. He'll probably only be Relic 1, but I'll be able to run him up to 13. And I'll give him all his Zetas. I've got plenty of Zetas. Other side projects, still slow farming Omega. I've added Dark Trooper and Bo-Katan because I would like to get them 7 stars, and I don't have any other hard energy farms to do, so that's why they're there. So, moving on, let's talk about last thing. Let's talk about this guy. Let's talk about Liam. So I did not give the Omega. I've only got, or Omicron. I've only got one. I do already have the Zeta. I have had this Zeta for ages. Back when this was a really good Zeta to have. So I've had this. This Omicron is kind of crazy go nuts. A lot of people are focusing on Anakin with, if Qui-Gon Jinn dies, he gives Anakin all of this massive offense. Well, he's giving Anakin a ton of offense to begin with, but he's giving him even more offense. Anakin takes a bonus turn. Anakin does the AoE with all this bonus offense, which is increased even more because he'll have foresight. So 60 times his speed, plus Qui-Gon Jinn's offense, plus doubled. So Anakin will throw out well over 100,000 damage. He will obliterate a team if you're not careful. But as scary as that is, that's a one-time thing. But first, let's remember Katamundi and Jedi Council. Additional offense equal to 10% their max health. Oh, plus speed, health, and offense. You know, all of that just piled on top. But remember, all these people with Kenobi also have a Relic 8 Grandmaster Yoda, who is support. Now, here's my relic, gear 12. Not very fast, but even at gear 12, there's my Yoda's offense. Now imagine what he's going to have at relic 8. Using a relic that increases his damage. So at relic 8, he's going to be through the roof. And then you add all the bonus offense from Qui-Gon Jinn and Cam. Even before Qui-Gon Jinn dies, Yoda is going to be a monster. So let's take look at the guy at the number 1 on my shard. He is modded for offense. I don't know how good these mods are. I don't know anything about this guy. He's just excuse me, he's just number 1 in my shard currently. His special offense is 12,000 before all of those bonuses. You know, and getting 30 times his speed. So 10 is 2,800 times 3 is 6, another 8,000 doubled under foresight, 16,000. That's more than doubling his offense. Jedi Knight Anakin's going to be scary once. Yoda is going to be scary every single attack. If you put Yoda and Cam on that team, you almost don't need Anakin. So, what do you do about Qui-Gon Jinn? Yeah, everyone in my guild is putting it on Qui-Gon Jinn. I'm the only one that's given it to Zam. So what do you do about Qui-Gon Jinn? 501st can probably handle him, because as long as gas is standing, it doesn't matter how much damage Anakin does. He's not killing anybody. None of the clones can die, and gas can't die. So as long as gas is standing and Anakin nukes, doesn't matter. So you'll have to take down Qui-Gon Jinn fast. So 501st can do it. That's pretty expensive. Bad Batch might be able to do it. Speed will be a question. But Bad Batch are kind of a TM machine and can dish out a lot of stuff to screw with things. It would be rocky, but Bad Batch, especially if I had Omega Relic as well, Bad Batch might be able to do it. Bounty Hunters? I don't think so. I think that Anakin nuke will stop Bounty Hunters, because days won't stop bonus turns. And there's not really anything you can do to stop Anakin. You might be able to stun him and then melt Qui-Gon Jinn and then go back to melting him. But Bounty Hunters are going to be tough. Also, Mando's Disintegrate's not going to do anything as long as Qui-Gon Jinn is standing. In fact, I believe it will do literally nothing. It doesn't do any damage, it defeats. Just like Nihilus. So, Mando will have to disintegrate Qui-Gon Jinn first. You won't be able to do it any other way. So what you would probably have to do... Oh, speaking of... Let's get ready for this. This is... Yeah, let's go ahead and give that to him. So basically what you'll have to do is have Bossk target Anakin and hope that either Bossk or Aura stuns him. And then Greef does his thing. And basically try to keep the TM going so that Mando can get his turn and disintegrate Qui-Gon Jinn while Anakin is stunned, and then just try to flatten Anakin. It'd be really tough. But I think a lot of Qui-Gon Jinn fights are going to end up being 2 rounds. The first fight, you kill Qui-Gon Jinn and Anakin nukes your team. The second fight, you mop up the team, because without Qui-Gon Jinn, the team's nothing. That just makes it really expensive. Droids, I ain't seeing Grievous pull it off. Because again, I think Anakin's just going to flatten everyone except B1. Empire, that's too broad. We'll come back to Empire. Ewoks, no. First Order, I don't think so. Setting aside GLs, of course. Galactic Republic, ooh. Padme team? I don't think a Padme team's going to do it. Although Padme could stun Anakin. And then you have Cat nuke Qui-Gon Jinn. I don't know. Padme might be able to, because Padme should be able to keep any taunting under control. But that'd be rough. On the plus side, Ahsoka will just carve right through that foresight. Geos, no. Again, that AoE is going to flatten them. Imperial Remnants aren't a team. Troopers. You would have to use Death Trooper, because you'd have to get a stun. And Death Trooper could stun. But I mean, Piet's Days isn't going to do anything. And full TM isn't going to do anything. Anakin's going to take his bonus turn, and he's going to flatten your team. If Qui-Gon Jinn doesn't have Anakin, then you've got a lot more options and a lot more teams that'll work. If it's got Anakin, I don't think troopers are going to cut it. Jawas, no, unless they're under array. Jedi, yes. Gas can do it. Luke can do it. Revan, maybe. You'd have to have Jolee in the second spot, so that when Anakin nukes, Jolee survives and then can resurrect your team. That might be a way to do it, unless Revan uses the save on himself, in which case you're screwed. Revan might be able to. Luke definitely will be able to, because, you know, Luke will just crush their speed. And potentially will crush their bonus offense, too. Because I think the bonus offense is adjusted based on their speed. So if Luke nukes their speed, that'll pull back a lot on their offense. And he's got that mass stun. It would be dicey, but I think it would work. And, of course, Jedi Master. Mandalorians, I don't know well enough. Night Sisters, maybe not. Without Anakin, yes, Night Sisters can do it. With Anakin, I don't know, because if that AoE flattens the whole team, Zombie's not going to do shit. Because I've done that before when I've used Revan against Night Sisters. And it's been outclassed. The Bastila shot Wild Lightning fries the whole team and just all gone, even though Zombie had revives. Not so sure about Night Sisters. Old Republic, no. Phoenix, no. Maybe. It would probably take some fancy work with Han Solo to do it. And I'm curious as to how timing works, but it sounds like when Qui-Gon Jinn dies, it instantly does it. So I don't know if a Chupio AoE timed when everybody's in the red would be able to wipe out the whole side and nobody revives. I don't think it would work. I think you would kill Qui-Gon Jinn and then everybody be back up and full. But Han can stun, Chewbacca can stun, Chupio can blind, but that doesn't stop the AoE. And Luke can stun. So you've got 3 sources of stun. They might be able to do it. I think it would be really dicey, especially against high relics, because you're going to be facing 7 and 8 relic. I don't know if I'd do it with my 5 and 6. Mon Mothma, on GAC Science, they said that Mon Mothma with Kyle might. I don't think Kyle's Omicron is going to do anything, because that's territory battles. But he's going to come out of the gate probably going first, because he's getting 40% turn meter right out of the gate. He's giving stacking offense. No. And deal enemies. No. Oh, that's not what I want. Ability block. That also would work. Oh, yeah, that's right. Ability block. Yeah, if you can ability block Anakin, that works just as well. Yeah, with Kyle might work. I'm not entirely sold on that. Oh, wait. Dash isn't going to do anything. Oh, this is the Omega, or the Zeta. Oh, okay, yeah, that's... Force influence can assist, counterattack, or gain buffs. That's not going to do anything. Yeah, I'm not sure that Kyle's going to make a difference. And that AoE is going to flatten a Mon Mothma team. You know, I don't care if Cara Dune pops back up because of her Zeta. Everyone else is dead. Rebels are iffy. Resistance, no. Rogue One, no. Scoundrel. Separatist, man, like a Newt Dooku. That might work. Especially if you had a super slow Jango. Because if you can take out Qui-Gon Jinn, and Jango can survive the AoE by being invincible, maybe. But I mean, I don't think my Dooku would survive it. He would have to have health tech. Yeah, he'd be flattened. He'd have to have the health tech to build up a bunch of... Yeah, that'd be really dicey. On the plus side, Dooku gives you a lot of control. So maybe also potentially Newt could increase cooldowns on Anakin, but that's still really dicey. Sith, yes. I think the Triumvirate would probably be able to isolate Anakin. I believe if Anakin's isolated, he doesn't get the bonus turn when someone dies. So if you isolate Anakin, if that doesn't work, then you can just isolate the tank so that you can focus where you need to. And Traya can ability block Anakin. And don't really have a source of stun, but if you put Palpatine in there, you would. Or Bastila. We'll come back to Bastila. And then Darth Talon would help quite a bit. Speaking of Bastila, Sith Empire, I think will be able to do it without too much difficulty. I'll probably want to pump up HK because he's anti-Jedi. But, you know, Darth Revan and Bastila throwing out fear, that will keep them under control. The big risk is ferocity. With their offense, they may plow right through that ferocity and just melt. And, of course, Galactic Legends will be fine. Pretty much any Galactic Legend should be able to take out that team. The trick is just doing it on the cheap. And of course, outside of GAC, it doesn't matter. Oh, one final thing. This is running a little bit longer than I was expecting. With the upcoming changes, something a lot of people haven't mentioned, but I think will be a very positive change for the game, is the fate of Arena. With Arena switching to gear, and apparently gear aimed at sub-85 players. So probably green and blue gear, you know, stuff that we've all got tons of, that the only use we would have for it is to turn into scrap for relic levels. With Arena switching to that, I would like to think that Arena might potentially turn into a kind of sandbox mode. Because, like, my shard predates mods. I've been playing for years. You know, as you can see, I got over a 7 million GP. I have a friend on my friends list that has, like, 1,400 days inactive. So, with Squad Arena turning into pointless, essentially, my thought is perhaps it'll turn into a sandbox so that you can test out weird teams, because if you fall 100 arena ranks, who cares? You know, your arena rank doesn't really matter because everything, it's all about Grand Arena. Jeez. It's all about Grand Arena. So, I mean, yeah, I suppose it would suck for you to fall, but it really doesn't matter because you're not getting rewards that matter. I mean, honestly, even if it was stun guns and Carbantes, who cares? Because you're getting so many of them from weekly challenges now. I've got like 300 stun guns sitting around at this point. So maybe Arena will turn into something where I'd like to test my Bad Batch squad against various other squads. Oh, now I can. I'll do it in Arena. Because you don't want to do it in Galactic Challenge. I've tried, but between the enemy modifiers and the planet modifiers, it doesn't really give you a good idea of how that team would perform. And Galactic War, I've done testing in Galactic War, but unless you're testing 3-star teams, there's not much point. You know, even if I went all the way through to the last Galactic War level, I'm still looking at like G10. I mean, look at this team. You know, I mean, this is... You know, my terrible Phoenix squad could do this. So, Galactic War, unfortunately, for high-level players, it's not a good testing ground. Yeah, gone. I don't know. Put on auto. Yeah. And that's a Bastila with the Zeta. So, yeah, it's as far as experimentation goes, Galactic War ain't gonna cut it. You know, if I was trying to test my Bad Batch team against this, what good would that do me? They'd die in an instant. Unfortunately, the only place where I can test Omicrons to see if giving it to Zam was a colossal mistake. Fortunately, I mean, what is this? This has to be a real player. Nobody else would make a team this bad. I mean, this is... Anyway. You know, if I want to test the Zam Omicron, unfortunately the only place I can do it is GAC, which is kind of a dicey proposition. But no regrets. I think it was worth it. And frankly, my next one will go to Qui-Gon Jinn. As frankly, I don't really have the Jedi to support him. He would just be a back row FU. But, you know, I only need 13 more, and I'm basically spending all my crystals in Cantina right now. So I should be getting some more. So, with any luck, I'll be able to give Qui-Gon Jinn his Omicron before too long. But there you go. There's the roster. Not too much has changed since the last time we looked at my roster. I mean, it's not like I got a wild hair and I suddenly ran up Enfi's Nest. There's been some slight tweaks of mods. Nobody's gotten a wholesale remod. The biggest change, I just remembered. The biggest change is in First Order. Because I had stuff left over, I finally took Kylo, Fox, and Officer. I finally brought them up to Gear 12. They'd been sitting at Gear 11 for the longest time. Oh, I oughta... no, go away. I gotta put you up. Where are your shards? Okay. Oh, wait, what? He is? This is... No? Oh, I'll get 5. Ooh. Oh. There you go. There's 5 Omicrons right there. That'll take me most of the way. Yeah, 5 Omicrons. That'll do it. So anyway, like I said, First Order is... I've gotten them up to Gear 12. That's the biggest non-Vader change that I've done. And then, like I said, we're just working on these 3 knuckleheads. I burned a lot of crystals getting Echo up. I spent 300 crystals to get 2 shards. Because I got impatient. It was 100 crystals to refresh his allowance and 50 crystals to refresh energy. Got 0 shards, did it again, got the 2 shards that I needed. That's what put him over the top. And he was able to run straight up to Relic because I had all that crap lying around. I just need to screw with her mods. And the plus side that I saw, I think it was in Grand Arena Science, someone mentioning, or maybe it was Reddit, but one advantage to Zam's ability is Zam is a passive boost. Not even the game's AI can screw that up. But it is getting late, and I have rambled on long enough. So... I was going to be getting some more Dishonored videos made, and instead I spent all this time talking about Galaxy of Heroes, because there hasn't been a GAC in a while. So, if there's no Dishonored video next week, you know why. I haven't abandoned it. I've just been very busy. And I'm spending my time doing this. So, it should be another, 2 weeks until Grand Arena comes back. I don't think I'll have Lord Vader then, but I should have him soon. Again, we are grinding relic materials. I have all the scrap. I just need the signal data. So we won't be getting many crystals because I'll be spending them on refreshes probably. But hopefully we'll get some out of the events, which we should. Assuming they're events that are good. Maybe not. Whoop. Well, I believe that is sign that it is time for me to stop. So, yeah, this is zoomed in too much. I'm sorry. Does this have anything? No. Alright. So, until next time, folks. I don't know when we'll do another Star Wars video. It'll be the next GAC, unless I somehow unlock Lord Vader before then, which I don't think I will. So until next time, folks, have a good one.